Hello. Welcome, gamers. It is Wednesday. Once again, we're back. What is this background? It looks quite nice. What is this place? It is actually the place known as Thailand. Wow, look at that. It looks like something from like Outer Wilds, doesn't it? It's like one of those, what's that planet called? The one with all the sand. Ash Twin. One of those. Ember Twin? I don't know. Anyway, we are doing some more Blender today because I do not know what to stream and I thought it'd be cool to continue learning Blender. Anyway, this is today's image. It is me with really messy hair. And then we still have these on the screen. I should probably remove these at some point simply because there's like so many of them. But for now, it's fine. For now, it's fine. Welcome Stream Elements, welcome Tub of Insects, welcome Big Ham, welcome Tag Barrel, welcome Lunatic Lurker, welcome Nutritious. How many spinning objects am I going to add? I don't know. We will find out at some point. Anyway, I have done a little bit more Blender off stream. Let's see, let me try to pull it up. Blender, look at this. I learned how to integrate Aseprite into Blender. There's a program, there's like a plugin called Prebam Base, which allows you to synchronize UVs. And I was like, wait, I could do that. And it did kind of work. Also, wait a second, I thought I had another file. I think I had another Game Boy Advance SP that I made off stream. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see, documents, Blender. I think I just called it Pixel. Pixel.blend. Here it is. I'm going to paste it over. It's going to synchronize eventually. Soon, probably. There it is. Updated pixel.blend. Okay, so this is like another much more low poly version of the Game Boy that I had. For some reason it's not showing up, which is weird. Do I also need the .blend? Oh, there it is. Okay. It was just loading stuff. Anyway, compare this to the other one that I made. This one is it doesn't have all the details. But I figured out a flow to get it to be a bit more similar to what I'm used to in PicoCAD. So you can open this up in Aseprite, you can update in Aseprite, and it will update directly without needing to save the file. And then this, you know, I have it so that I now know how to snap it to like pixel-friendly coordinates. When I was making the other Game Boy Advance SP, I was kind of just like arbitrarily dragging things certain units. Apparently, you can set various properties. Let's see, like this. You can change the divisions somewhere. What's it called? Where is this setting? Scale. Scale, you can set the subdivisions. I really need to delete some of this stuff. Okay, you know what? Let's get rid of... No, we gotta keep this on the screen. Maybe I'll keep this. This dog... Say goodbye to this dog. This dog is not here anymore. You can set subdivisions. So like each one of these big grids is one unit. And then it's divided into 16 parts. But in order to do that, you have to set the units to none. By default, it's metric. It'll order things by a meter. Like one of these things is 1 meter. But if you make it none, you can set custom subdivisions. Welcome, Guacamigo. Do me 5 push-ups? I don't think I will. What if you did 5 push-ups? Have you considered doing this? Anyway, I have not installed the plugin on this computer, so we can walk through the process. And then you can all be like, whoa, that's so cool. I would like to install this as well. Anyway, like compare this one to this one. This one has like the bevels. It's a bit more higher resolution. But I like this. You know, this style to me is better. Objectively. Just kidding, just subjectively. But don't save. Alright, we're gonna install. I was concerned because like the plugin is really old. Pre-BAM base. It's quite old, and I was thinking it would not work. But apparently it still does. So let's try it. I mean, it works on Mac. I don't know. It probably works on Windows as well. Let's see. Let's download the Windows plugin. Welcome, Panis. Open this up. And then how do you install it? Oh, that's good question. I think you go into Blender. Go into the preferences. Go to add-ons. Go to extensions. Hold on. Add-ons. And then install from disk. And then you go to your downloads folder, and then you find the most recently modified one. This one right here. And there it is. And then, okay, here we go. Legacy. It is a legacy plugin. This guy uses an 8-bit controller. I do in fact do that. Alright, then you open up Aseprite. Aseprite right here. It's opened. It's being opened right now. And then, well, on Mac you have to like click something, but here you have to install it manually. But here you can just install it via this. Welcome, ChocoJax. You could simply double click this. What are those? What, these? This dog. She missed the entire low poly modeling arc. Do you really want to install the given extension? Yes. Heh. These pants grab. I'm just kidding. They're so cute. Thank you, thank you. They're very low poly dog and rat. Now it's like I originally made it to resemble ChocoJ Dog, but I feel like it's like different, right? It doesn't have the same proportions. It doesn't have like the scruff. What's it called? The thing that's like this shape. It's like a different dog. It's like a similar but different dog. Also, welcome Hemplo. Alright, scripts, pre-BAM base. Apply. I've applied it, and then what you gotta do is you gotta open connection. And then once you've opened connection, then you can go here and then sync. Do you want to run the script? Yes. Allow opening connections. And then what? And then I forgot how to do it. There's like another thing. Welcome, Michael. Choco lied to me. Why would she do that? She would never lie. When has ChocoJax ever lied? That's my question. Can't believe this. Open. No. Sprite. Edit. Right, so now that you've edited, look at this. Whoa, what? It's showing the UV mappings in Aseprite that you can edit on a per tile level. Look at this. Settings, grid settings. Grid settings. We do that. When will we get a round dog? They don't exist. Round dogs don't even exist. They're not even real. If you think they're real, then you've been lied to. Anyway, look at this. You can draw. You don't even need to save, right? Bam. It's literally in the program. Immediately. You can make changes in this program. I didn't even save. There it is. If you had two monitors, maybe you could not have to Alt-Tab. But since I have one monitor, I'm Alt-Tabbing. And then when you change your selection to a different object, note how this thing has like this UV mapping around it. You click on this one, you go to object mode, you click on the bottom one. Bam. Whoa, what the? Now this one's selected? No way. No way. Synchronize UV mappings. Okay, this one didn't change for some reason. It's a bit buggy. I think it was made for like a very old version of Blender. So I was like, it's probably not going to work. But it does kind of work, which is kind of cool. It somewhat works. It doesn't exactly work. Sometimes it does. There should be a send UV button, but it does not send it. Anyway, whatever. You don't need to know where the UVs are. You can draw them yourself and then just map them manually. Old Blender plugins are always a gamble. Are they though? What if real Blenders had plugins? Not just the program, but like blenders that you use to blend food. What if you could plug things into them? You might be like, but you can't. No, you're plugging the blender into something else. But what if you could plug something into the blender? Have we considered this? No, the answer is no. You've not considered this. Anyway, what am I doing today? What do I want to 3D model? I'm not sure. This is the part where I do not yet know. I have to decide something that I think would be cool to model. A blender? No, that's boring. Look at this. Well, you can close the Game Boy. What about a low poly animal? A different low poly animal. Now, I've been watching some videos on how to model things, so I have some idea of things that could be done. Save changes before closing. Do not save. Do not save them. Crocodile, I feel like that's complicated. A fish, maybe a fish. A fish I feel like could be quite easy. A hamster. Can you play Vacuous Request on it? No, it's not a real Game Boy Advance. Anyway, let me walk you through some cool tips I learned. Okay, right now, this is in the metric system. And if I want to make something low poly and like pixel precise, what I would do specifically is I would go to scene and then change the units to none. So now it's no longer metric. Get out of here, metric system. And then what? Then you can change subdivisions. 16. Now one of these big things is now 16. You turn on snapping and now it's perfectly aligned. It's perfectly aligned. Love it, lots of butts. Blender, I sure hope it does. Does it really though? So now it's like it's totally aligned. Literally aligned perfectly to this grid. And then what? Then you could go to this mode. Now it's a similar experience to what we had in PicoCat. You could do this. You could do that. I don't have a numpad, so like switching between this is kind of annoying. Oh, I also need to change the setting. I found that people last time were like, you can press space to like search for something. And I was like, what? No, you can't. You can. You totally can. You just need to set it somewhere. Input. It's probably input. Or maybe key map. Key map. Spacebar button. Search. Look at that. Would this be called voxel? It's not really voxel. A voxel is like a pixel in 3D. This one you could do stuff that you can't really do with the voxels, like this. You could have slanted things. It's not exactly the same. Welcome, Calfrin. But it's similar. It's got some similarities. Look at this ramp over here. Anyway. I probably should have decided what I'm doing before I start my stream. But you know, that's how it is. Sometimes we just start the stream and we go, I don't know what I'm doing today. And then eventually I figure something out. And then I spend the whole stream struggling. And then everyone can go, Wolfie, you can press this button to do this. And I go, whoa, what? I didn't know that. And then other people go, wait, I've been using Blender for 10 years and I didn't know that. So now is a good time to learn some things. Wolfie's always doing things on stream. Not always. Sometimes I'm not even streaming. Are there cool bugs you want to model? No. Not particularly. Alright, let's, what if we just model like a cat or something? Low poly cat. Because, you know, we got a dog, we got a rat. What about a cat? You know, a lot of people suggest having a reference image. Oh, look at this. Look at this guy. What the? It's a nice cat. A lot of cool looking cats here. Like this one. That one's pretty cool. These ones are cool. A lot of things to think about. Okay, what if we just start off from the default cube? The default cube, and then we structure this in such a way that it could resemble a low poly cat, perhaps. So is y is forward, right? This is an issue that I had when I was modeling my some other thing. I thought that x was forward, but it was actually to the side. I think y this facing this way is front, I believe, perhaps. So then if this is the front, then we want to go to the side, because now this is where we will model the cat. Now, how exactly do I want this cat to look? That's the question. A lot of things to think about. I don't know exactly. What if we find cat reference? What is that thing called where it's like a turnaround? Turnaround? Is that what's called? Turnaround sheet? Where you can see from the front and also the side. Yeah, one of these. Green means forward. Is that true? But then it's like, am I simply just stealing these? Oh, there's a lot of furries here. And not like a real cat. I mean like a real cat, not like a humanoid cat. Alright, maybe I just make it up. Maybe I draw one. You know, what if I drew my own reference? Let's go to JS Paint. Let's delete some things. There's all this. Got this stuff. What is this one? Anyone remember this? What was the context of this? When did I draw this? Was this like me talking about, what is this? Is that a pizza? That's a pizza. Oh, this was me talking about the stuffed pizza. And there's a cat. There's a cat right there. Manage storage. How about this one? What was this about? We're really going back in time. Remember this one, guys? 1 divided by 6. Oh, I click remove. Oh, shoot, I click remove instead of open. We will never know what that was. This guy. Oh, shoot, what if we made one of these? What if we had a cart? Didn't we do that once? We had like a cat that was also like a car. We can do that. Just getting ideas from things we've drawn before. What about this one? What's this one? Nothing. There's nothing here. Delete this one, perhaps. This one. Not really anything. But what about this one? Diamond. I remember this one. This was when I was talking about diamonds and how a diamond can be many different things. Like this is a diamond, but if you rotate a square or do this, it's also a diamond. Why is that? What's the deal? Does anyone even know? And then we got that one, we got this guy, and this one. Oh, those store things, store tags. And then what's this? Oh, this one, I use this as reference at some point. Got this guy. This. Anyway, this is probably not the most interesting thing. I probably should just start modeling something. What about this guy? Wait, this is a turnaround. Look at, we got this rat that's looking at us. We got a sideways facing rat. Another rat facing sideways. A long rat. Elongated rat. A. True. The letter A. And then We have nothing. And but this one. What was this? When did we look at this image? This might even have been back when I was doing like VR fishing. Remember that one? Oh yeah, what about this? What about this? Alright, let's just draw like a cat. Turnaround view of a cat. Alright, so for a cat from front view would look like this. Perhaps. And it could be like a simple cat, you know, it doesn't have to be so complicated. Like this. It's like this, right? And then the side view, you gotta draw the lines to make sure the height is consistent. Obviously. Okay, so this cat specifically, the bottom of the face will be here. The ears are here. And then you draw the side view. The side view of the cat is gotta be, obviously, it's gotta be like this. And then like this. Or maybe a bit more. Maybe not like that. Just very round cat face. Although maybe it could be a bit farther out. Right, maybe something like that. And then the eye is here. I think they also should have a nose. Depends on the breed. You can do one of the flat face ones. This will be an unknown type of cat. Right, so this nose is here, and then the mouth is here. Okay, but then the body. The body, of course, it's gotta be like this. But these are very stubby legs. It's quite similar to this dog down here. Very stubby leg cat. Alright, you got this one, right? And then what? Hold on. What do real cats look like? Cat side view. Cat side view. That's a cat right there. Let's see. So I believe it's actually, let's see, the leg of the cat is actually, it's like that, that's fine. What about, okay, Munchkin cat, isn't that a genre of cat? It's like the cat with the stubby leg. Yeah, these, what if we make one of these? This, what about this cat? What are the proportions of this cat? It's kind of like this. It's like a bit more compressed. It's a little bit like this. Now, I do feel like this face is a bit too far forward, right? Compared to the other cat, it feels a bit much. You've never seen one of these? I think they have a bunch of health problems, right? Because they're so small. I don't actually know. Alright, and then the body. How does the body look of this cat? This is not really the best way to draw a cat. They should have the same issues as dogs, and perhaps, yeah, perhaps. Alright, I feel like a cat does not look like this. Cats do not look like this. Something is seriously wrong with the way I drew this guy. Okay, but the tail it's like this. And then delete this. And then what? What about this face? Just something about this just seems incorrect to me. Like the ears are not that. This looks like an AI cat. What? The lighting on this cat is too smooth. Does Catpedia use AI generated cats? No way, right? No way that this is a real cat. Which of these cats are real? This guy looks real. But I want the cat to be looking to the side, so I get a sense of like where the ears are relative. Why are these cats all looking forward? I specifically typed side view. Telling me they don't even know side view cats. None of these cats are actually fully side view. Okay, this guy. Alright, so the ears are a bit more... They're a bit more forward. It's kind of like this. Or actually, what if we made like a humanoid cat? What if we made like an Animal Crossing style cat? Maybe that's a better idea. A humanoid-like model, I think, could be maybe a better idea. Side view. Whoa, what the? This is a AI generated cat? Unbelievable. Got these guys. You guys remember Raymond? Back in the day, everyone was crazy about Raymond. They had to have Raymond. If you did not have Raymond, were you even real? No, the answer is no. Okay, let's just make it up. We don't need like side view or anything. Let's just make up a humanoid cat on the fly. Given the knowledge that we have about 3D modeling, surely it should be fine. Alright, so why is the front view? This here is front view. Let's start with modeling the head. Now I know a common thing that people do is they'll like delete half of it and then use a mirror modifier, which I think I will be doing. I will do that because I heard it's cool. Let's delete this. Let's delete the faces. And then what you gotta do, you gotta go here. You gotta add a modifier, mirror about the x-axis, right? There it is. Okay, so now if you turn off this view, you will see that we now have a cube that has been mirrored, and then if you make changes to this side, the mirrored side will also change. Okay, so now go back here, turn back on this view. So we have the head. We move the head upward, perhaps. And then what? And then I know a lot of people, they'll be inclined to start off using using a sphere. Perhaps they'll use a rounded shape, which might be a smart idea. I think it would be a good idea, perhaps, to do that. But okay, let's say this creature is about this tall. Right, we're simply getting that basic. And then what? And then you gotta start modeling the body. Okay, we just have like a cube right now. That's fine. Now, do people usually start extruding this, or do they make a separate shape? That's what I wonder. Do I simply start shrinking this down? Perhaps, what did I do? I've extruded it. It has been extruded. So you could do like a loop cut using, what is it, Control R? Control R. Welcome to Torty Games. Subdivision modifier is also a thing. So true. That is actually a thing that I have seen people do in various tutorials that I might also consider doing. I guess for now, maybe I'll just make separate shapes. Let's make another cube. No, I gotta make it. It's gotta be the same shape, right? Surely. So you do like a subdivision thing here, perhaps. I mean, by subdivision, I mean loop cut. And then we gotta have this thing. You extrude it downward. And then grab these points. This guy, this guy. And then you move it downward. You also move this one downward. Alright, so now you have this kind of shape. This kind of shape right here. And then you could simply perhaps move this over so it's in the middle. And then you start adding the legs. Maybe move this whole thing down a little bit more. Okay, so for the legs, you gotta do a loop cut on this side, and I maybe should have divided. Hold on, I should have divided this into 3. So let's do this. Let's go here. And then you divide it like this. And then you do another one, perhaps like this. It might not be the best way. It probably is not the best way to do it. Probably objectively better ways to do this, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, then you gotta extrude this. So now we have a creature that has legs. Now maybe I should have done another loop cut. I probably should have done that. You know what? Let's do that. Let's go back. Yes, let's do this. Do that. Okay, now we have this. This guy right here. Extrude it. Gotta extrude it downward. Bam. Okay, there we have a creature. It's got legs. And then what? Then you're left to wonder. Now what do we do? Now what is the best course of action? Good question. None of us are really equipped to answer this. Inset could have done the job for the bottom part face. Oh, true. That is a way to do it. You're so right. Maybe that's better, because then it doesn't create all these squares that I don't need. Maybe I should go back. Let's do that. Undo these loop cuts. Okay, go here. If you click on this guy. Welcome Alkchakar, thank you for the 15 months. That is in fact many months. Also, I don't think I welcomed Duck. This may have been your first message today, welcome. Also, thank you, Defins, for 44 months. That is many months. Right, you can inset. You can inset this. Is there a way to make the inset like snap to grid? Because if I want everything to be like about this size, if I did this inset. Is there some way that I can have this square that's being inset, have it exact division of 3 to be like 1/3 the size of this. I don't know. Let me look it up. Blender inset to specific size. Putting in values with the keyboard. Inset by specific measurement. As long as your scene units are set to metric, there should be a direct relationship between the value you want and thickness. Oh, there's a setting. Hold on. Wait. Inset faces, but it doesn't show. I don't have like a thing. Hold on. Shouldn't there be a thing showing in the bottom? View marker. Why is it wrapping around? Okay, what if you type 1? Oh, okay, hold on. Inset 1. Inset 2. 3. Oh no, typing the keyboard I think insets multiple things, right? Inset 3. What does that do? Inset 1. Thickness equals 1. Depth equals none. Thickness is 1. Make sure to apply your transformations. Oh, maybe. Oh, that's what it is. Because it. Okay. I need to apply my transform. Interesting thing that you gotta remember to do. Because the scale of 1 is relative to the scaled one. Select all this stuff, and then do. The workspace seems cut off. Look at the side panel on the left. The side panel. Is it cut off? The thing on the left. Hold on. If I add a new shape, it should have a thing, right? The scroll bar. Oh no, yeah, because this one. No, that's fine. I think. Let's see. Click on this guy. Inset. Yeah, there's no menu that shows up when I try to inset something. Inset faces. Inset. Wait, did it? Hold on. Control does something. You can adjust the depth by holding Control. But it's not. Hold on. Why does it look like this? If I inset like this. Control. The depth. No. Oh, I see. The depth is in and out. Blender inset specific amount. I guess I could just snap to grid. I guess I could just inset some arbitrary amount, and then at some point later I can just snap the vertices to grid. That's probably the way to do it. Let's just inset, perhaps like to here. Inset then resize. Perhaps. Let's see. Select everything and then how do you align everything to grid? Align vertices to grid. Blender, snap, vertex to grid. Snap all vertices to the closest grid intersection. Selection to grid, okay. Ah, yes, okay. Well, that is one way to do it. Whether it's a good way to do it, I don't know, but that's how I've chosen to do it. Okay, so now we can extrude this. Alright, but we need to inset it again, right? Inset, and then grab, or I guess extrude. No, we were supposed to extrude it. Yeah, just extrude. I was confusing myself for some reason. No, you're right. You're so right. It's fine. It's because I'm new. I don't know what I'm doing just yet. It's gonna be my excuse. Even when I'm like 5 years into this, I'll be like, no, it's fine. I'm new to this. I'm new. That'll be all my stream titles. New to Blender. Only been using it for 10 years. Help, guys. How do I extrude something? Alright, so we got this. And then what? Let's make the head a bit more spherical. Blender kinda hard if you don't put your full brain to it. I don't know if you mess with shading. This part is really fun once you get into it. I'm gonna have everything like use emission shaders just because like I don't want to do like lighting and all that. for the low poly aesthetic, I'm gonna like manually shade everything just because I think that's cool. Alright, what do I call this? This is gonna be humanoid. Blocking. Save Blender file. Alright, let's see. To have this here. Now this is where it would have been really useful to have like a turnaround sheet so I know exactly what I'm specifically trying to make. But at the moment, I'm just gonna wing it. I probably should have extruded this in such a way that this thing could be like to the side, so it doesn't have to be this thing. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know how to explain things, guys. How do people explain things while they're streaming? Here, you could just let's extrude this. Is there a way? I guess I could. Let's see. We can go to the faces. Here. I want to delete that internal face because we don't really need the face that's internal. Or does it not exist? I guess, wait, does it not exist? No, I guess that's fine. I guess that's it did what I wanted it to. Again, I was confused. Turns out I don't know what I'm doing. And then, okay, then you do the same thing on this side. Oops. And then what? And then perhaps what you could do is you could take this and kind of just like round it out. Make it like a little bit rounded. But like not too much, not too round. Just slightly round. Whoops. Okay, this is where you got a line to the z-axis. G, Z. Take this guy. Do this. I heard. Wait, isn't there a thing that you could press a GG to align relative to one of the other things? Apparently GG does something. It does that. Alright, and then you can do the same thing with this. Perhaps you raise these up. Actually, hey, wait a second. What is this? Oh no, what? What have I done? Where did this thing come from? What the heck is this? I might have accidentally extruded something twice. No, surely it's fine. Surely there's nothing really over here. Oh no, there is something here. Okay, let's select all, merge. There's like a merge button, right? Merge, whoops. Merge by distance. Merge by distance. Merge distance, sure. 0. Sure. Now, did that do anything? Yes, it did in fact do something. This is not really looking like maybe I should have looked up a tutorial. Maybe I should have just started with like a sphere. I don't know why I decided to start with a cube. These are the kind of things that you learn from experience. In Blender, if you do E and then don't control Z while it's still counted as an extruded thing, I don't know if that's what you wanted to do, but try to merge by distance. Oh yeah, I did. I did in fact merge by distance. For real, for real. Okay, what if we move these two in? Like this, but not like this. Perhaps, no. What is this? What is this creature, man? What am I making? What is this abomination? Guys, I don't even know. Maybe this is better. You know what? Let's go with this. Does anyone even know nowadays? No, the answer is no. No one knows. No one's even aware anymore. Okay, well here we have something. We have some kind of thing. And then maybe what you gotta do, you add another loop cut around here in the middle. Although, really, I would just like to loop cut. No, that's what, you know, that's fine. Me when I complete half of my thought, and then I say, never mind. Okay, so now that we have this loop cut, surely this will solve all our problems. So you can extend this out. No, what is this? What am I doing? Why did I make that loop cut? An electrical plug? No, it's a humanoid creature of some kind. Now, what kind exactly? We don't really know. It was supposed to kind of be like an Animal Crossing cat creature. Welcome Snacko Racko. Multi-dimensional. Exactly. Okay, what if these were extended even more outward? Now, is that too much? Is this simply too much? Maybe it is. Maybe what you gotta do is you gotta extend these ones. These ones should go out. Try the subdivision modifier without applying it. Oh yeah, that would make it look smoother, but is that really what I want though? Let's try it, sure. Wait, I want to extend this by one first. The same for this side. X-ray mode. Okay, you can click on these guys, this guy, that guy. Okay, let's try subdivision. With the Catmull Clark, I think, or how was it, and not so much subdivision, so it's still low poly. I don't even know what that is. Alright, let's try it. Let's see. Add modifier, subdivision surface. And then you gotta turn on this view. That looks, what is that? Catmull Clark levels V render 2. Levels V, what is that? How do I see what this says? Levels viewport 1, render 2. Advanced, use Ligma. Quality 3. Advanced. That's too advanced for me, I don't know what this is. But okay, that does look more like a sphere. I think I need to change whatever's going on here though. I don't really know. Why is it doing that? Like, do people usually have these as separate shapes? Like, you'll create a sphere rather than like extruding from the sphere, you just add like another thing for this body so that they're not like connected with this. Yeah, the subdivision does this, but like when people model, do they make a separate thing and then apply subdivision only to that thing and then have a separate thing that doesn't have the subdivine? Maybe. It's possible. I don't know. Oh, no, I was hoping you'd have all the answers. I can't believe that the chatter would not have every single answer. Okay, well. I mean, the head does look better. Need to fix the body, though. What if we have... Whoa, what the... Maybe because this thing, this specific vertex, maybe this needs to be like that. No. Welcome, Carabelle. Carabelle, how do you 3D model? Do you usually make separate shapes? Or do you just have one mesh? Try keeping the head square shape, it'll look better. The modifier. Depends. It does. It does look a bit better. Maybe I should start over. Maybe I will delete everything that I've done in the past hour and then just start over. Hold on, before I do that, hold on. I could just separate. I could separate the body and not have that one be subdivided. Let me try doing that. So if I were to click on these, click on the body. I guess I could just do this. And then how do I separate? Separate, mesh separate by selection. I do multiple meshes depending on the model. Sometimes I merge meshes. Okay, perhaps I will do that. Separate. Oh shoot! Wait, this looks so much better. Okay, so now we have these. For yours, you could either subdivide a basic square and then apply, then work with that, or do multiple meshes. But if that's a small model, it'll look weird. I think this looks alright. Seems to be acceptable, perhaps. How do I turn off this, like, this transparent thing? Oh, just by doing that, okay. Yeah, I think this looks acceptable. Okay, so let's go here. Let's name this one head, name this one body, and then perhaps okay, so we go into edit mode on the body, and then wait, why is this no longer selectable? What happened? Oh wait, the cube. Wait, hold on. I'm in edit mode on the head. Oh, even if I click on the body, I'm still in the head. Okay. So now I have to click on the body and then enter edit mode. I see. I understand. Okay. I need to also fix up the head now, because there's like a hole in it. Let's see. Head. Click on the head and then enter edit mode. Is there a way for me to just like merge these? To just fill in the missing parts? Like this. Because now the geometry is all weird now. Hold on, I can just do this. F when you select the loop. Okay, so you can select this. Let's say click on the edge and then alt click. And then F for fill. Although it filled, okay, I think I selected too much. Right, I don't want to select this. Apply mirror. What if I don't want to? Because then if I apply the mirror, then I'll have to update things on both sides. I guess I could apply the mirror and then delete half of it, and then reapply the mirror. Or I mean unapply. Let's just like not do it. Anyway, Twitch is about to show ads. Twitch has decided now is time to show some ads, so I'm gonna drink some water. Alright, I've hydrated. Select the two vertices on the bottom center. Then you can be able to select the neck loop. If I select this vertex and this vertex, then I guess I could just manually, there's not that many points, I could just manually select these. Fail. What? Wait, what? Why did it select that one? Let me unselect this one. Okay, there we go. Alright. That seems good. That seems fine. And then you exit. Whoop, what did I just do? Alright. So now we have this. This thing right here. Wow, look at that. That is in fact a creature. That is in fact a humanoid creature of some kind. And then maybe I should also separate the legs. So right now they're like attached whereas really they should be separate. Actually, maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine that they're attached. Sure, you know what? Let's keep it attached. Alright, then we can add an arm. Let's add a new cube. Of course, it's gotta be a cube. It's gotta be a cube. And then the cube is also like this. Wait, whoa, it's like, wait a second. It's like, okay, these are the hands. These are the hands. It's like a onesie, exactly. Oh wait, I've added it as part of the head. I don't want that. Let's delete this. We have to exit edit mode. And then add the cube. Okay, but this cube also needs to have a subdivision modifier. Rayman. No way. Everybody loves Rayman. Actually, I didn't realize that subdivision modifiers are so good at making things circular. I mean, I guess that's like what they do, but like that looks really good. It looks quite good, low poly. Pretty good. Now that I know, I will stop trying to make these without cubes. Oops. Lesson learned. There are tools that are built into Blender specifically for this purpose. Alright, do people still do T poses or A poses? I've heard that A poses are better because it gives you more shoulder geometry to work with. But like this one allows the texture to be a bit simpler. Rayman. Maybe T-pose. Let's read some pros and cons. Do you want more shoulder geometry? I don't know. There's probably some reason to it. A poses are better, but if you're exporting to Unity, I think T pose is better. I will be exporting in a way that perhaps I can use in Godot, because I don't care about Unity. T pose versus A pose. Is A pose better than T pose? Stick to good topology practices. I need an answer. Don't say it depends. Don't you dare say it depends. I need like, hey, just someone to tell me exactly what to do. T-pose distorts the shoulder area, makes it harder to model. I prefer A-pose for modeling. Welcome, Zuja. I guess it doesn't matter if they're like separate objects anyway. I think maybe it doesn't even matter, right? It only matters if it's like a single mesh. Let's just have them be separate objects. Although I guess having an A pose is better in the sense that you have a better sense of like what it would look like normally. What if I vote in chat? But I don't know if chat knows either. Does chat even know? I guess I'll just do this. Let's just do this. Sure, let's do this one. Welcome, JD. Chat most definitely don't know me when I don't even know. Call this hand. Okay, and then I think I also need to fix the hole that's over here. Let's see, let's go to body. I've learned from the last stream you can do / to isolate the body. Alright, then you press tab to enter edit mode, and then you select various vertices right here. And then as I've learned today, you can press F to fill. But now it looks weird. Now I don't want it to fill like that. Unless, I guess I could bring this up. I could have it fill and then bring this upward slightly. Sure, that looks good. And then what? And then Kind of reminded me of one of those ice cream pops you split in two. True. So true. Is there a way to avoid like this? I want this part to be like smooth. Or maybe it's fine. Maybe this is fine. I've decided that it's fine. Okay, the hand. I want the hand to be... Oh, I noticed the model's not really centered. It's not really centered about the origin. Okay, so like the hand is centered, but the rest of the body is not. Well, let's see. We got the head. I think it's just the body that's not centered. Oh, but due to the way I have it set up, it may never be centered. I guess it's fine. Not every body is centered. So, you know, you gotta add the shoes. The shoes will be here and then it will be centered. That's good. Okay, but I also need to apply mirror to this guy. Oh wait, should I have applied mirror to the entire collection? I guess it would apply to these. I guess the body has mirror. The hand. Let me just apply them separately. Mirror. Put that up here. But I want it to be mirrored about the other axis. I've got to move this to the middle and then enter edit mode and then move the entire thing back. Like this. Yes. And then you gotta add the sleeves. Let's add a new mesh. Make it another cube. Yet another cube out here. Same thing. Apply subdivision surface. Enter edit mode. Whoops. And do this. I guess it should be a cylinder. Although I guess a cube is like... A cube can be stretched to be similar to a cylinder, right? Probably. We'll put this so that it's aligned with this. And then we go back to object mode and we rotate this about a different origin. Is it possible to have the center be the center of the object be here, but have the mirror be done about the origin? Is that a thing? Axis, x-axis. You can add more loop cuts to make it more cylindrical. Can you not put an object to the mirror? Can I? I don't actually know. Do not put an object to the mirror. Oh, you mean like when... Oh, you mean... Oh, I see. Mirror object. Make a cube and hide it, then use this. Oh, you can't... You can do that? Okay, well, that's good to know then. Okay, so we will have this here. Let's make a new cube at the origin. And then set this to be the origin cube. And then set this to be mirrored relative to this. But then you go into this object separately, and then okay, so you're saying you can add more loop cuts to make it more cylindrical. I will do that. I will do that. Let's add a loop cut, perhaps down here as the sleeves, and then we can take these and scale them so they look like that. Okay, and then what? Then you gotta make the origin. The origin of this is gonna be like, wait, what have I done? What am I doing? All right, I've only been moving these. Okay, so we're gonna move the entire object so that it is here. There's probably a better way to do this. But then you exit object mode, then you go up, you attach it to here. In object mode, right click and origin to geometry. Origin, set origin. Origin, oh I see. Set the object's origin either by moving, but it's here. But how do I move that there? I mean, I guess it's fine. The way I had it is some way to do it. Maybe not the best way. It is some way to do it. But I will know in the future. Alright, so to move this down. Let's go here. I should probably add another loop cut. Probably by doing this. Up here. And then you can also scale these down. And maybe scale this one up slightly. Oh wait, I didn't move this one for some reason. Oh no, what have I done? Let's, okay, hold on. Let's, selection to grid. Yeah, let's align everything to the grid. Sure. All right, then. Wait, what is this? What is this? I didn't select everything? Oh no. Oh, what have I done? You're so right. You're so right. When you aren't in X-ray view, you don't select objects behind other objects. Oh, so you have to be doing this or this. What the? Oh, I see. So those aren't auto-selected. You have to be doing this. That's good to know. All right. These guys. I've also accidentally selected this one. And okay. These sleeves are still too long though. Alright, let's start rotating them. And oh no, I've rotated them about a strange axis. Let's set this one here. Definitely way too long. Okay, let's move these up. Maybe like this. There's the buttons, maybe Alt you can hold to select all in a circle around the object. Oh yeah. Like I have been using that, I've just been forgetting that I that I can do that. Although, wait, hold on, it selects the edge. If I double click, I think if I'm in edge select mode, what was the button with it? Hold on. Yeah, there was something. Welcome to Nanolather. Let's see, let's go back to this mode. Let's rotate this about the y-axis. What am I blending? A jetpack? No, this is a humanoid creature of some kind. Some kind of creature. All right, and then now, is there a way when I'm in this edit mode to edit based on the non-rotated version? Because right now I have the point over here, but when I'm in edit mode, this thing's rotated, so when I grab it, it's snapping to the world grid. Is there a way to like undo to edit it without transforms? Or is that impossible? Wolfie, it's too complicated. Blender was not made for this kind of editing. You're asking too much of the software. Blender, edit, object without transforms. How to edit object without global transformation. Only thing that comes to mind is not transform the object directly, but through another object using a copy transform constraint, disabling enabling constraint. What? Bone in pose mode, mesh shows bone as it changed. Maybe I should edit this in as a T-pose, because like the T-pose is the natural way, in my opinion, to have the transforms be relative to an axis. Or to have all the vertices relative to an axis. Maybe I should just do that. To edit materials. I don't know. Let's just do that. You know what? Sure, let's just do that. Let's go back. Let's undo this. So we are going to rotate this about the y-axis. Snap it 90 degrees. Move it inward slightly. And then move this thing. There. Okay, but now, now this thing needs to be rotated or mirrored relative to this reference cube. Yes, there it is. But then also, it's gotta be moved over there. Welcome, Michael. Wait, I've already welcomed you. You were already. I can't believe I greeted you twice. What happened to my Twitch stream? What happened? What is he talking about? Okay, and then I guess I would parent the hand. The hand would be part of the arm? You know those YouTube videos where they're landscape modes, so they're really wide but not very tall? That's my stream right now. Landscape mode but really wide but not tall. I don't know. I think there is something broken on your end that I don't understand. Right, this cube arm, and this hand would have to be moved relative. It has to be parented into the same object. Let's move this into this, into the arm. Is that possible? I'm gonna click on this image. I think you have to click on the video. I think sometimes that happens when you've expanded the tab or something. If you click on the video, I think it expands it. Because it's like it has raised the bottom things. Oh, never mind. This is something else. Perhaps I misunderstood. Okay, I guess you can't move this. You gotta like move this stuff. Wait, how do you how do you move a collection? Control to link, shift to parent. Can you not move this inside this? Is that not a thing? Do you have to make a separate collection? What are these? Because these are like primitive shapes, right? So you need to make a new collection. New collection. Call this one. I would just join the mesh. No, but what if I don't want to? What if I don't want to join the meshes? Is there a reason? Okay, let me just do that. Surely there's no downside. Join. Surely there's no reason not to. You can unjoin them in the future. Can you though? Can you? I guess you can. No, you're right. You can. They do appear to still be separate objects. Or not objects, but meshes. Okay, well, it's good to know. Am I making a 3D wallpaper? No, it's gonna be like some other humanoid creature. I was originally going to have this be like an Animal Crossing cat or something, but I don't know if I'm capable of doing that. Oh, I think the arms are still too long. Let me make the arms less long. I can move all this there. No, we gotta enter X-ray mode, obviously, and then move that. But then you gotta also move like these ones, but not those. You can't be clicking that stuff. Sure. You know what? Sure. And then what? And then you rotate this about the y-axis. All right, but now it's like too close. You know, it's simply like overlapping itself. I guess this would be done with bones. I would keep it in the T-pose, and then once I add bones to it, that's when you do the rotation. Wolfie, what would you do in this situation? Moon is hitting the Earth. I don't know what I could do. I don't know what can I do in that situation. I would just be like, oh, okay. That kind of sucks. Like, do I have the power to stop it? Does anything that I do change the outcome? Take out smoking again? No, no, no. Welcome next time. I would play the Song of Time. But I don't know it. I don't know how to play the Song of Time in a way that would affect anything. Can I move the moon? Not that I'm aware of. I just don't know. Guys, I just don't know. Does anyone even know anymore? Then I'm not sure you can stop it. You can move the moon. I can't move the moon. Anyway, based on what I've learned though, this head could be simplified. It can simply be a much simpler shape. I don't even need any of this stuff. This can simply just be like not this. It could simply just be a cube, right? No, but I've already made this. Surely it's fine. I guess I could move these in slightly to make it a bit more rounded. Blender tutorial, how to make the famous Blender cube. It's literally built in. You literally just open the software and it's there. It's already there, it's built. But what if it wasn't? What if one day you open up Blender and the cube wasn't there? Then you're like, what the? Where did it go? What's that triangle wireframe that's not attached? This thing? The camera? I think it's either a light source or a camera. I believe it is the camera. Why is the camera so small? Because the scale is huge. Because we're dealing with unitless dimensions. For convenience sake. Alright, let's add some ears to this cat creature. No units. There's no units here. Alright, let's make a new. Let's make a new. What about a cone? No, everything's got to be made of cubes. Okay, we can't just be dealing with cones. It's got to be a cube. What will you measure with? Nothing. Made me realize his character is 8 meters tall. There are no units. You might think they're 8 meters tall, but I'm telling you right now, there are no units. I specifically changed it so that there's non-unit system, none. Unit system, non-unit scale. Nothing. Okay, these are arbitrary units. These are what's known as Blender units. That's the real name for them. Blender unitless. Units and colors. Blender units explained. Learn what Blender units are equivalent to. Cones are like sharp cubes. Can you change the units to light years? No. There's only 3 options. Alright, how would you turn this cube? I guess you would you probably would want to have this as a separate thing to not have subdivision enabled. because then it would smooth everything. Let's make a new object. Let's add another cube. This cube is going to be up here. If you're trying to make ears, extrude one off the top faces of the head. I did think about that, but it was like, wouldn't they be just like very... Because we have subdivision turned on. I guess we would just add more things to it to make it sharp. Perhaps. Maybe I'll just do that. Alright, let's add a subdivision here. Let's choose this one. You can resize the end. Wow. I guess this is still pretty sharp. Maybe it's fine. I think I should, okay, I should have made this, this loop cut a bit closer to this side. So now the ears have a bit more space. Like this. Do I take commissions? I do not, generally. I think this is too far back, right? Where are the ears of the cat relative to the... I guess it is this far back. Is it normally this far back? I guess it is. It just feels a bit strange. What was that cat? Which cat? This one? Munchkin? These are cats that have very short legs. Look at these cats. Look at this cat right here. Why are they like? They're just like that. That's just what they're like. You guys have not seen Munchkin cats before? They're real. They exist. They're real. What if someone asked that about a human, right? What if someone, like, came up to you and was like, why are your legs so sharp? Why did I say sharp? Why are your legs so sharp? I meant to say short. I do not intend to play Mutagenics. I feel like it's not really my kind of game. I think. Okay, we can lower this. Lower this one. It makes it a bit sharper. And then you can raise this as well. Slay the Spire 2. I also don't really tend to play roguelike deck builders that often. So probably not. Hey, this is pretty cat-like, right? You look at this and you go, yep, that is in fact a cat-like creature. Will I try Echo's Runner? I don't even know what that is. Probably not. Is that your game? 40_games. Is that your game? No. I will never play games on this stream. Imagine playing game. It released today. Well, I hope that it goes well, that the sales are through the roof. And that you're like, whoa, this is making billions of dollars. Perhaps even trillions. Wouldn't that be nice? How do I make this not... I guess I could add another loop cut. Like, so that this thing is like there. Hopefully $2. Yo, $2. That sounds good. The game development and art is fun too. For Slay the Spire. Would you rather want $1 or $2? That's the meme. That's the meme of the Street Fighter guy who says, would you rather have $1 or $2? I don't know. I feel like at this point, it doesn't make that much of a difference. In this economy, what can you really get with $1 or $2? In the grand scheme of things, nothing. Literally nothing. So like, what's the point? $2 is twice as much. Well, yeah, in a relative sense, yes, but in an absolute sense, I guess it's kind of like, why would you? Well, okay, where is the $1 or $2 coming from? Like, am I taking it from someone else who needs it more than me? Is there an infinite supply of $1 or $2? Like, if I choose the $2, does the next person have one fewer dollar? Do they have $0? That guy isn't even from Street Fighter. I don't even know who that guy is. Would I rather drown in the ocean or drown in the ocean but a fish passes by? I feel like both are likely to be the same thing. But there's fish everywhere. But I guess like the fish could possibly save you. Or it could also make it worse. I guess, I don't know. Would the fish help me? Can I talk to the fish? Welcome to mine. It's a Costco hot dog. That is true. That is true. I'm taking it from Choco Jacks, then I would not take the $2. I would not take the $2. Alright, look at this. We're gonna go click on this. And then we're going to inset this. How do I inset this? Welcome last Abaka. Inset this like this, and then extrude it. No, what? Extrude it like this. It looks more like a rabbit than a cat. Unless the fish is Mr. Limpet, you can't talk to the fish. What the? It's a cabot. I don't believe this. If you make the ears longer, it can be a rabbit or a donkey. What if it was like this? What if it was like... what the heck? Well, I assume that a cabot was a cat plus a rabbit. I know words. I know how words work. I've used several words before. Perhaps even dozens. This guy could hear people's thoughts. Can anyone hear thoughts? Perhaps even your own? Some people can't hear their own thoughts. They have no internal monologue. But I do. I can talk to myself in my head. When I imagine things, there's a voice that's saying things. It's my voice. I can imagine, I can rotate things in my head as well. I remember hearing about it from Tenchi Movie. I remember watching that show as a child. Can you rotate? I can't rotate the voice, unfortunately. What am I doing? Let's enter X-ray mode. Choose these. Let's lower them slightly. This doesn't look like a cat. Why are these ears are too small? Why are these ears so small? Maybe we need to extend this like this. It's a Labubu. No. No. Okay, we can grab this. That's a bit more. I fear they're too detailed. Is there a way to like lower the amount of subdivision in this part of it and have the rest be the same? Just don't make... Oh yeah, true, I could just texture it. That is true. That's a good idea. That's a good one. That, you know what? I think that's good. Okay, but still though, this could be like that. And then maybe this could be lowered. You know what, sure. That's probably good enough. Alright, so we have a creature now. We could start texturing. Texture it. I understand. That's a deliberate misinterpretation of things. Try making the ear further apart, because that does look like a Labubu. I think you mean farther apart. No, that's not a Labubu. Surely. There's no way this is a Labubu. What about this? What about... Let's look at this. More pointy. What if it was like this? What if it was like... What if I gave it a gun? Can't do that. What does it look like in Animal Crossing? Yeah, okay, this is like, it is quite high up. Maybe, let me do that. But this is like, I don't know, it looks strange. Why doesn't it look strange in the Animal Crossing style? But here, it looks like a rabbit. Make the two vertices at the top join. Oh, true, I could do that. That's the problem, is that they're not joined. They're simply differing. Make them join farther. True. True. But also farther. So if I did this. No, that's weird. Now they look like horns. Maybe this is fine. Hold on, if I did this. Maybe this is good. I don't know. It still looks like a Labubu. You know, what if it's like that? How did they do this? What if I move this one down? And also this one. No, it's dented. I don't know. I think it only looks like a Labubu because of the lack of textures. Surely once I add some textures in here, it'll look like its own thing. Welcome, Eidolon. It is Blender. We are in fact using Blender. The 2QB head. Yes. It could be a bit more circular. A bit more round. No. Whatever, you know, this is fine. This is fine. It's fine for now. Let's start UV texturing. Lowering the very front vertices. Like these ones. I guess, okay, I guess that does work. That does make it less cube-like. And then if I raise these... No, that looks weird. Oh no, it's because I selected this stuff in the back. Okay, if I did this... We're still kind of, well... Let's see... And then what if I moved these inward? No, it's too much. What about this one? What about I move this? What about this one? what about this one? Labubu Crossing. I think this is fine. I'm probably just gonna like throw this away anyway. Probably just gonna make a new one. This is just a learning experience, okay? Now that I know that subdivided cubes are good. Also, what happened here? What is this? That I will use them more from now on. Why is this here? No, we don't have triangles. What the? Triangles don't exist in this world. Enable wireframe view. This way. What is this? Why is there a thing here? There's a face? Is that a face? That's not a face. Hard to tell. Wait, there's an internal face. What the heck? How did that happen? Who put that there? Is that always there? Oh. Michael, why would Michael do that? Can't believe this. Alright, well that's better. When you look inside your face, there's an internal face. No. Alright, it's finally time to start texturing, perhaps. Let us take a look at UV editing. I was the rotation gizmo. No. Alright, let's do this. Let's go to UV editing, perhaps. Literally everything is a cube. Oh wait, first we have to assign a material, right? You gotta go click on various things here. Click on this guy, you go to materials, which as you all know is right here. And then you change the base color. Instead of a color, it's going to be an image texture. And then it'll freeze. It'll freeze for a while Blender does its thing. I don't really know what it's doing, but it's doing something. And then it's going to say program not responding. But now it's here. Did I remember? I'm always saving. Never tried this, but you may want to apply the subdivision first. You'll see how it goes, but that can be weird. But what if I don't want to apply the subdivision? What if I'm like, this is perfect? What if this works perfectly fine the first time? I'm going to have it be closest. I'm going to make a new image. It's going to be very low. What even? No, what? 128. 128 by 128. Very low resolution texture. For no reason. Maybe 256. Yeah, 256. New image. And then obviously it's got to be an emission shader. The image. The image that I've definitely created at some point. There it is. Alright, then you go into texture painting, obviously. And then you gotta go into this custom thing. You go to edit, and then you open up Aseprite. Bam, now you have this, and then set the grid to this. And then you start drawing. Okay, this is gonna be, I guess it could be a tuxedo cat. What if this was a tuxedo cat? Go here, and go to UV editing. What the heck is this? We have to project from view, right? That's the thing that people do, project from view. You project from view. Project from view is not being done for some reason. Oh, I need to select. I need to select the vertices first. All right, this one. What did I press for it? Project from view. Press U. Project from view. Okay. And then this. But we didn't assign the material to this guy, so we have to go do that. Oh no, we did. Why is it not showing? Oh, because I'm not in the correct view. Right, so this is the correct one, right? Is this one rendered material preview? Probably material preview. Alright, so this is the body. So let's draw some clothing. Let's close this one first. Don't save this one. Alright, this one. Clothing. What kind of clothing will this guy have? Perhaps. What if I gave it my clothing? It could have the same clothing as me. Like this. And then you just move this stuff over there. I should probably make this bigger. You know, I could also let's just move this here and then show UV. So there's a way to send the UVs over. Or not, or maybe it's actually impossible. Synchronize. Oh, what the heck? UV watch object has no attribute send what? I guess this is what happens when you use like a really old plugin that might not necessarily work with the latest version of Blender. Whatever, you know what? Okay, it's fine. Let us just add something up here. And then we just start drawing it. Just start drawing your texture. Do this. Put this in here. And this. And then just move this in such a way that it is now here. I guess I didn't need to draw both sides. This could be, because it's like, it's mirrored, so you can just delete this. And then move this over. Oops. You could also snap it. You could snap this in place. Alright, and then maybe... Why does this seem distorted? Welcome, MM is cool. What am I working on? A creature of some kind. Some kind of cat-like creature, perhaps. Alright, we have this. Is this because of because I didn't apply the transform? Why does it look like that? Some sort of creature. Like, why is this asymmetrical? Okay, I also need to make the backside not like this. Alright, so the backside... either that, maybe it can be avoided by messing with the modifiers. There's only one modifier. Oh no, there's also, wait, there's the rotation modifier, sorry, there's the mirror modifier and the other one. Why is that one not showing up? Oh no, here it is. What if I move this up? Oh, wait, what? No, you don't want that. You want it to be mirrored and then applied. Oh, it could be, isn't it like the triangles? Like this, it has a triangle that's going from here to here. And the other one is like here to here. Isn't that something? Isn't that like a thing? Anyway, I'm gonna drink water. Twitch has decided it's gonna show some ads, so I'm gonna drink some water. Alright. It mirrored perfectly. Man. What is this? Why is it doing that? Because it does seem like this is like not aligned in a way that makes sense. But this side, what is this? Let's look it up. Blender UV mirror uneven. Mirroring mystery in the UV editor. No, that's not what I want. UV mirror distorted. Correct UV distortions in Blender. Welcome Prod Zapon. To correct UV distortions, unwrap your model. Use sculpting tools. That's not what I want. What? Model half the mesh, use a mirror modifier. I did that. I did that. For topology, incorrect unwrapping method, scale and proportions. We just don't know. We simply just lack information. What if I make it square? This topology is in shambles. Are we going 3D? Well, I'm not, but this creature is. Okay, what if I were to move this here? It still looks uneven. What is that? Why is this? Why would it do that? Snap to pixels. Mirror modifier, we don't know. Snap to pixels. Alright, and move this here. Move this one here. Snap the pixels. Oh, what the heck? Why is it doing that? Do I have like another like face in there somewhere? Does anyone know why this would happen? What is that? Let me take a look. Let's take a look. Z fighting? But what is there to Z fight though? French people be like, Z fighting? Alright guys, am I right guys? So true, Wolfie. Alright, let's go back to this mode. Is there like another face in here somewhere that I'm not considering? Perhaps there is something. Is there a way to like temporarily hide the mirror modifier? This mirror relative to this. Merge. Yes. This. Oh, wait, no, but I want to see. Wait. I still want to see the rounded, what is it called? Rounded subdivision. Is that possible? I guess I'm just looking for overlapping faces at the moment, so I guess it's fine. Let's see, we have this face here. We could delete these, right? These don't need to be here. And then maybe that's what the issue was. Nope, that's not it. What is causing this? What is that? I just don't know. nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing there. But like there is. There's nothing, but there is something. But there's nothing. There's this shape. There's this. What's causing this? What if it goes away when I apply the modifiers? Is that a thing? Can you undo applying a modifier? Or do you just make a duplicate? You can make a duplicate and then apply it in one of them, and then the other one, it doesn't. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's what I gotta do. You should be able... Is that true? But like, isn't the point of applying a modifier that you can't undo it? Also, why can't I apply it? Oh, we're in edit mode. Like if I applied it... No, the problem is still there. The problem is in fact still there. Oh wait, that was a mirror modifier, right? No, this is this. Although, why is this problem still occurring? What is that? That's the thing, we're trying to figure out what this is. I don't know. I don't know what's causing this. Why is it doing that? Why are they clapping for me? What is this? Is this an N-gon? Is this like, it's got like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, it is Z fighting, but we don't know like what it's fighting between. What are these? No, these aren't any. This is just the subdivision. It's fine. Subdivide it twice. We got this guy, we got this guy. Why is that happening? Why is it doing this? Bro. What am I fighting for? We don't even know. Although, even though I undid applying this one, but in the UV map it's still showing it. Oh, it's because I didn't. Okay. Wait. Oh, because once you enter, then it shows the real mesh. Was on? Yes, it is on the back, but that's easily solvable later. What I'm concerned about is why is this? Why is this a thing? What is this? Oh wait, what? Hold on. What are these? What is this one? Is that why? Wait, hold on. Okay, so these, I see. I thought that it was just this and this, but it's actually, it's other stuff. It's other things. Can I like make this just like, can I like snap this to this? I would like to snap this vertex to like the edge right here. Is that possible? Hold on, you want to like grab disabled. Oh, but now we're just doing this. Okay. Select. Texture is still weird. I did not figure out why. Click on the magnet and select snap to vertex. Wait, but now that, whatever that was is gone now. What? Hold on, and click on this. And then click on disable. Okay, you could do it like this. And then just move all these, just move these out. What is this? What is this thing? What is all this? What is this? This is probably something projected strangely. Perhaps. Wow. What an interesting way to UV model. UV map, I mean. Okay, but we have this. This here. Oh, what is this? What is it? What is this? Okay, what if I undid all of this? If I simply went and I just choose exactly the faces that I want and project those. Like, let's say that I only choose these. Why is it choosing the back one? This one and that one, but not that one. This one and this one. Okay. I mean, okay, these are correct. These are correct. I have X-ray mode enabled. No, that's something else. This is X-ray mode. Oh, you mean I have this? I have this enabled, yes. Okay, so this is mapped here. And then if I click on these, let's say we do project from view. And then where's my projection? Where's the thing that I just projected? Okay, they're down there. That's fine. Okay, and then what? And then you go to these two. You go to these two, you project these from view. What the? And then you grab these and you then you resize them. Oh. This invert. No, now it's worse. What did I do? Now it's worse. What? Okay. And then what? And then is it these? Is this causing the issue? Is it perhaps these? Maybe these need to be something. Okay, so those are all this. We can view from above, maybe, and then project this from view. And now we have this. And then you can scale this down. And these can use this same thing. Okay, so now the Z fighting's gone. I think it's just because this thing was doing something else, maybe. Anyway, it seems to be good now. I mean, besides the fact that this is still kind of like uneven. I don't really know why that's happening. But okay, so we have this. And then from the back side, these ones can simply be scaled down to be this. But then like, what is this up here? It's probably above. Yes, we gotta change this one. to be this. But then, okay, it's probably good to project this from view. And then we resize this. Put that over there. Okay, so now it looks correct. It seems to be better now. I think that's good. We might want to have a darker color for down here. So let's do that. A darker blue, perhaps. Or maybe, okay, maybe this color. No. Maybe this. Maybe this can be the darker color. So we can choose these. I guess they're already here. We can just select these. Okay, and then move them here. Oh yes, now it's like he's wearing pants. Welcome Dofumi. Every time I come Wolfie is mastering a new skill. I have definitely not mastered this. It's definitely not mastered. I think I could add another loop cut down here so that this transition is a bit smoother. Let's do that. Yeah, look at that. Bam. Oh, and now this looks a bit better now. Interesting. Is it because it was like too stretched, maybe? I don't know. All right, let's view from top. I think we could change this color. We could change these ones to be. Maybe they could be white. No, that's a bit strange. I could add another loop cut up top. So that that one is also smoother. But I would also need to change it again. Alright, so it's like this, and then you just have to like grab this and this and move it up top. There's also you also move this one. Perhaps. Why is it like that? Maybe that loop cut up top was not a good idea. Maybe we undo that one. Yeah, maybe this is fine. On subsurfs. Anyone out there surfing? All right, then we add the face. Okay, it's time to UV. Also, what is all this stuff? Hold on. What is that? Oh, it's the leg. I see. Interesting. Loop cup. Okay, we'll choose these. And also these. And then view from side, and then project from view. Project from view. And then these are here. And grab this. Put that over here. Perhaps. And then, like, what is this? What is this thing? That is that thing. Which I thought I selected, but apparently not. Alright, project from view. Now it's not there. Move it over here. Okay, and then what is this? What is this thing? That's the bottom. Okay, that's the bottom of the leg. So we gotta project this one from view. And then also move that here. But there's actually two of them. There's two of them. And this one as well. And that one. And then what are these? These are also the leg. Alright, we have this. It's now there. Alright, now we UV project the face. The face right here. Let's go into edit mode. Let's choose these guys. And that's good. Okay, project this from view. And then this one can go maybe over here. Wait, I probably should have, let me select this one as well. Maybe also this one. Oops. Go to project from view. And then move that over here. Scale it down. Whoop. Put it over there. Alright, now I kind of wish this would work. It would tell me where the vertices are. At the moment, I'm kind of just guessing. This Python is broken. So it's not there. So it's definitely, it's gotta be here. It's gotta be here. Yes, okay. So we have this. And that. It could be, the eyes could be a bit farther apart. Maybe like this. Perhaps this. The question is, this looks distorted though. It looks a bit sad. No, that's because this thing is moved upward. So it's got a bit of distortion, but maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. What if it's like this? Isn't there like another way to draw faces where like you actually give it like a flat plane in front and then it actually just like hovers above slightly? That's one way to do it. I could consider doing it that way. Maybe. What if I did it like this? Oh, or I could probably just move these vertices. Could probably just move this downward. And then the distortion is not there. Okay, that's good. That's good. And then move this one as well. Move these up here. Yes. Whoa, look at that. Okay, so it's like this. It's literally like this. And then you could add the cat mouth, as they tend to have. Although it is distorted. It is quite distorted. Actually, I think there's a plugin. There's a plugin called Texel Density that can be used to help with things like this, I believe. I've seen it in some tutorials. Let's learn about this plugin. Texel Density. Get extensions. Texel Density. Install. It's being installed right now. It has been installed. Alright, so how is this used? It's a good question. Good question. There should be a menu somewhere. Texel density, okay. So you can center this. Texture size, make that 256, 256. And then what? And then you click on this, you click on this first. Calculate texel density. And then you can apply texel density to this guy. Going to bed, CL. Thank you for your help. Thank you for providing various useful things. Okay, look, it has now applied various things to this. And then you click on this, and then, whoa, look at this. This now has the same texel density as the other stuff. No way. Let's just, hold on. Let's go here. Let's project from view. No, select the whole thing. Project from view. Okay, so this is now all here, and then you set the texel density to be this, and then you grab this, and then do this. Then you just gotta move all this stuff. Just gotta redraw everything. But down here. Wait, why did it only apply to one side? What the heck? What happened to this side? That's weird. Why is it doing that? Okay, let's undo what we did. Let's choose these ones. And these ones. What if I just unwrap? You know, what if we simply just select the whole thing and then just UV unwrap normally? Smart UV project. Hold on. Sphere projection, cube projection. Smart unwrap minimum stretch. No, that's too much. Smart UV project. Angle limit this thing. Unwrap. Set textile density. Now, which one of these is what? Whoa. Okay, so this here, that's the face. This is the face. So you want to deselect everything. You want to only have this guy here. Perhaps, maybe. That can be there, and then you draw this. But also this. It definitely looks more like a rabbit than a cat. Maybe it was the choice of color, the fact that it's white as well. Okay, it's actually, this is actually upside down. I'd like to flip this vertically. Is there a way to flip mirror Y? Mirror Y. Me when I ask the mirror something. Mirror Y. And then you got this one. This one. Yes. Cool. Very cool. You also want to snap this by pixel, right? Snap. Snap cursor to pixels. No, snap to pixels. How do you snap these to pixels? Selected to pixels. All right, look, we have a creature of some kind. It's here. It's literally right here. Then you do this. And then you could have the eyes be a bit more rounded, perhaps. Perhaps like this. No way. Yes, okay. Wow, look at that. And then they could be like, you could have different colors. Maybe like the top part is brighter. It's a common thing that people like to do, is add some variation. Alright, then you gotta update the ears. Obviously, to make this a cat, you gotta have this part. The inside of the ear. Alright, so this thing also mirror this vertically. Oh wait. Mirror line. Okay, then you got, whoops, and this part is here, it's actually here, it's actually here, it's actually here. It definitely still looks like a rabbit. If anything, this makes it look more like a rabbit. That's definitely a rabbit. Okay, let's draw this. And this. And then map selected, 2 pixels. Now what about, oh, because I didn't change this one. What is this one? What the heck? Hold on. Let's see. Let's project this. We'll do this here. Project from view. Set texel density. Grab this. Move it over here. Alright, now it should be greatly simplified. Like this. That. Like this. It's definitely still a rabbit. It's definitely not avoiding the rabbit allegations. Ah, yes, look at that. Wow. There it is. Alright, what if instead of being this color, what if it was like, what if it was brown? No, what if it was a tuxedo cat? Yeah, it's yeah, tuxedo cat. Sure. Whoa. There it is. Okay. I think that looks better. Okay, this definitely now it doesn't look much like a rabbit. I mean, it could still be considered a rabbit. But right now, it's much less rabbit-like. And I think that's cool. It also kind of looks like a bat, doesn't it? Doesn't it also kind of look like a bat? I think to be a cat, it needs to have whiskers, right? Don't cats usually have whiskers? Not always, though. Not all cats have whiskers. Many of them do, though. What about this one? What about this one? Sure. You know, let's go with that. And then I think it also needs like a nose. The nose could be like this. Yeah, that looks good. There's a cat. Yes. I think I need to make these 2 pixels. Yes. This could be moved down slightly. Welcome, Bon. Hello, hello. Alright, then I guess we gotta texture the arms. This cat also doesn't have a tail. I just realized it has no tail. That is something we're gonna have to add at some point. I could also... I could add like another loop cut around here and then have the skirt be a different color. Because right now it's just this. So let's try doing that. Let's do this. Welcome, hello Raiders. Welcome Esper. Hello. What are you up to? Welcome Dr. Bedizzle. Welcome Cyril Gaze. I'm learning 3D modeling. I'm making a cat-like creature. You're playing Sonic and the Black Knight. I've seen someone play that game. That's a weird game, right? Isn't that the one where like he goes into like medieval times and then there's like racing? I don't know. Cat character looks cute so far. Thank you, thank you. I struggled a lot to understand how to do any of this stuff, but now I kind of understand. Slightly. I very slightly understand what I'm doing. And all of these are messed up. All of these textures are messed up. He gets isekai'd. Classic Sonic the Hedgehog. He's always doing that stuff. Anyway, yeah, feel free, if you gotta do other stuff, you can go do those things. Alright, maybe I add another loop cut. What if we add another loop cut? Specifically right here. Wait, what did I do? What the heck? Alright, let's not do. Let's undo that. Undo all this stuff. Let's just keep this like this. Now I do need to fix the back. So this one here. Asper upon me? No way. Okay, it could be like this. If it was like this, but then what is this? This one here, it's gotta be this. Okay. This seems all right to me. But then, let's see. Wait a second. What is this? Wait, wait, hold on. I just needed to snap this to these vertices were the problem. I just snapped this to this and suddenly it's so much better. Maybe it's actually not better. Maybe it's actually worse. No, that looks better. Is there a way for me to snap this vertex to the other vertex? I guess I could just do it like this. There's probably a better way, right? There's probably some better way to do that. And this one. Wait. Also, why is it now not centering? For some reason now it's not centering about this guy. Why is that? Oh. At the top center of the UV editing view, select the magnet and select vertex. This magnet. True. True. I see. It's good to know, good to know. Oh, you could also snap it by grid. You could snap it to the grid. That would have been useful. But like, really, how big is the grid though? Is my grid 1 pixel increments? Maybe. Oh, it's because this side has different values. This thing. Oh, this thing is literally just this. Hold on. Go here. Do this one. Project from view. And then go to texel density, and then you assign texel density. You put this one over here. Oh, but you don't want to put that there though, because now it's incorrect. Now, guys, it's literally incorrect. Okay, I kind of get it though. I kind of understand now. I feel like if I were to restart this model from scratch, I would be able to do that. I would be able to do this so much better. I know it looks fine right now, but it could be so much better. It could literally be so good. And I think that's cool. Alright, you want to snap this to there. Snap this one to the top. There, and this one. To there. What is this? What is this right there? Okay, then I just do the same for this one. Is there a way to make it so that these vertices are the same as these ones? Is that possible? I mean, I guess I could just drag it, but surely there's a better way. Although wait, they shouldn't be there. And this guy. Oh no, it is there. Oh, that shouldn't be there. This one should actually be over here. And by here, I mean here. I mean, by here, I mean here. Perhaps here. Perhaps here. Maybe here. And then go back to this guy. Let's see, this one has gotta be is there a merge? I would like to merge by distance. Merge at center. No. What is this? Oh wait, that's that. What about this though? These are both this. They're both there. For some reason the bottom part is not there. Oh wait, it looks good now. Wait, okay, but this part doesn't look good. Ah, man, so much stuff. There's so much stuff, man. How do people do this? How does anyone use software? It makes no sense. Okay, so that is that. This is that. And you gotta move these ones down. You gotta move these ones down here. Whatever. I'll figure this out off stream. I think that was good progress though. I learned quite a bit today. I will probably go like redo this off stream and have a better sense of like how to texture things. But I think for now, I think it's quite nice. Don't save. Don't save. We have saved the Blender file, but we have not saved the texture, but that's fine because it's embedded. It's literally in there. We got humanoid.blend, Blender 5.1. Alright, let us shut down. Let me check that the files have synchronized over though. Just gotta make sure. You just gotta make sure that it's all there. Our default folder, rescan, it's updated. All right, let's find out what day it is. Let us rate someone. International Waffle Day? What? Dante Day, Maryland Day, Lobster Newburgh Day, Maths Day, welcome Yuko and goodbye, Old New Year's Day. Let's do International Waffle Day, right? International Waffle Day. And then surely there's a waffle emoji. There is. It's here, and then you paste it. Bam. Alright, let's see who's streaming. Who is out there today streaming on this website? Yo, Librarian is streaming. We could rate a Librarian. The freaking a Librarian of Laterno. You know he's streaming now. He could probably even be Twitch partner. Have we considered this? He has enough viewers to be Twitch partner. He does stream. Let's raid the Librarian of Laterno. He's playing Limbus Company. I don't know anything about that game other than that it's a gacha. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be back on Friday with something or other. It could be more 3D modeling. It could be a game. I don't know. I don't know yet. I'll look forward to that or not. Or some other thing. And now I sit here. Now I sit for many seconds, as usual. And then you're gonna be like, whoa, what am I gonna do now? Watch a Hamflow stream. Is Hamflow even streaming? He's awake. He's literally awake. Why would he not be streaming? I don't know. You know, I could have 3D modeled a ham. What if I could have 3D modeled a ham. The Hamflow 3 ham, the blue ham. But I didn't. I didn't because I didn't think about it. He's streaming? I don't know. I don't know if he is. Given his panic expression, I would assume maybe he's not. Anyway, raid's going. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.